the fourth chapter in Besuras HaGeula, to bring about the ultimate and complete redemption by a righteous King Messiah, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Throughout the world, great miracles and wonders, till very big wonders, are happening, not only in a way that God knows that they're wonders, the actual person that it's happening to doesn't know that he's actually experiencing a wonder or a miracle, but also in a way that is revealed to all, like as a taste and an example, and as a preparation for the miracles and wonders of the ultimate and complete redemption, which are about to take place. Which on them it said, just like I took you out of Egypt, I will show you wonders. For example, in great big nations, the governments are changing for the better of righteousness and justice. Just like an example of the fixing and the wholeness of the world, which the Jewish people have been given freedom in anything connected to Judaism, the Holy Bible and its commandments, till hundreds of thousands of Jews are free from Russia in a way and in a preparation and an example of the ingathering of exile, in a way of we're tasting some of the examples of life that will be part of the Messianic era. So in other words, the Rebbe is saying hundreds of thousands of Jews are free to practice their Judaism. Communism has fallen. Hundreds of thousands of Jews went up to the Holy Land after this has taken place. This is of the signs of the ingathering of the exiles, which is happening right now as a preparation and as an example for the ultimate and complete redemption in the times of the Messianic era. Another thing that Rebbe mentions is what we mentioned in our last videos and what the Rebbe mentioned earlier, that what happened in the Gulf War is from the signs of the redemption. Like our sages tell us regarding nations fighting wars one with each other, especially and particularly the king of Persia, which is going on simply this place called Iraq, which starts to fight with the Arab king and so on, and all the nations of the world get involved and get worried and scared, and God says to the Jewish people, don't worry, the time of your redemption has arrived. And he continues and he finishes. The moment that the King Messiah arrives, he stands on the roof of the temple and he tells the Jewish people, humble ones, the time of your redemption has arrived. And in the same way, in these days, these same nations have gathered, which is the 70 nations, in a way of they'll talk and mumble and plan and plot to say that the Jewish people are thieves, not only regarding Gaza and the Shomron, but also and especially to Judea and Samaria, or Judea, which is Yehuda, which is including Jerusalem, which is the capital city of the Holy Land, the land of Israel, the land of King David. At the same time that everyone knows the answer to this, which is straightforward in the explanation of Rashi in the beginning of the explanation on the Bible. The entire land belongs to God. He created it and gave it to who is right in his eyes. Gave it to us. And it's a greater wonder that in those countries who are saying such things against the Jewish people owning Israel are also those countries who usually do not participate in thievery and try to do all in their power for righteousness and straightforwardness in the world, like we saw when it comes to what happened in the Gulf War. In other words, America, the Rebbe doesn't say America, but America did not accept that Saddam Hussein was trying to steal property from Kuwait or his neighbors. And usually they stand up for righteousness. But if in a way that is understood according to righteousness and straightforwardness, to prevent a situation of theft from one person to another or from one country to another. But also in this, they acted in a non-positive way when it came to the Jews, to the children of Israel. And we can say that the explanation to this is because these not positive occurrences happen specifically in the years and the times where we see miracles openly, is like the way it's going to be in the world. That first of all you have darkness and concealment, and only afterwards becomes the revelation of light. From this is understood that there's no reason to take heart or to care about this, that the nations mumble and plot, because this is only going to end in rik, in a spit. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna happen from it. Like the end of the verse that says kol rikshun larik, all the plotting will go to nothing, because Yoshev Vashamai Nischak, the one who sits in heaven, will laugh. God will laugh for his nation, and therefore the Jewish people stand in all strength and anything that's connected to the wholeness of the Holy Land, and especially to Jerusalem, knowing that the entire land belongs to God. He created it and gave it to us. And we can say even more than this, that the fact that the nations are making noise, that itself is from the signs of the redemption. Like Rashi says, our sages said that this is going on the King Messiah, meaning the fact that there was ever going to be a doubt that the Jewish people deserve the Holy Land, that itself is one of the signs that show on the King Messiah. Now you might say, well, obviously the non-Jews forever never said that the land of Israel belongs to the Jews, but that's not true. This is a recent thing. This is not recently as in today and yesterday, but it's a pretty recent thing that the nations of the world are saying that the Jews do not belong in Israel. This is a new conspiracy. So this conspiracy is one of the signs that King Messiah has turned into effect in the world, and we know that this has started when the Rebbe, King Messiah Shlita, has began his campaign as the 7th generation of the Lubavitch dynasty and took leadership. So that's when the nations of the world started to cook up their concoction about how Israel doesn't belong to the Jewish people. So what we can take out of this is, number one, any plots and plans that human beings will try to do against the Jewish people will go to waste. God in heaven is laughing, and he directs the traffic, and he will make sure that the Jewish people will be safe. And I ain't scared of making this video either. And number two, that the nations of the world are saying that the Jewish people stole the land of Israel, it is in itself part of the signs of the fact that they're starting to get worried because King Messiah is really kicking in. See our other video, which is called the last video you'll need to see about the Middle East, for more information about how Israel belongs to the Jewish people.